Hello, I'm Brad Court, President of Web2Market. Welcome to this video introduction to the Referral and Loyalty plugin. The most common use of the Referral and Loyalty plugin is as a loyalty program. However, it could also be used as just a referral program or a combination of referral and loyalty programs. For this demonstration, we'll start out looking at the loyalty program, and then we'll see how the referral program can be used on top of that. The benefits of using this plugin are both increased sales to existing customers and finding new customers. Let's go ahead and look at how this is implemented on Spira shoes. They use it as a loyalty program and do an excellent job of it. Spira has implemented the Referral and Loyalty plugin in their Bounce Back Bucks promotion. Let's see how they've implemented. It's a good example of a loyalty program. When you visit the Spira store Bounce Back Bucks page, you see a good description of their program. In fact, if we scroll below, you'll see good screenshots showing the program. We'll take a quick look at those, but since we're going to go through them in an actual demonstration, we won't spend much time on them. But up on top here, you can see that they explain that there's 10% earned for each qualifying purchase, and there's also 10% if for a friend that's referred, and the referrer also gets 10%. If we scroll down the page, we can see some screenshots that show the features of the Bounce Back Bucks program. The first screenshot shows the account page for the customer. It shows the number of points that they have, the orders that the points were used on, and some additional information. We'll see an example of this later in the demo. Scrolling down a little bit further, we see the checkout page, and specifically we can see how Bounce Back Bucks are applied on the checkout. And finally, we have a third screenshot that shows how a referral code is applied to an order. This is where somebody who is referred to the site by a friend can get that friend the credit for being the referrer, and so forth. Let's go ahead and take a look at this process of using the loyalty program and the referral program in action on the Spira site. I've gone to the page for the men's Genesis X shoe. Let's go ahead and add one of these into our cart. And let's go ahead and check out. Now we're going to check out as Judy S. Step because Judy already has a credit in her account, and we'll see how that gets applied. Here we are on the checkout page. Scrolling down, we can see that there is a section with Pay with Spira Bounce Back Bucks, and we can see that there's a $20 credit available. All we have to do in this checkout process is go ahead and say we want to apply it to this order, and it tells you a little bit more information. For example, that there's a $115 balance on this order. Let's go ahead and finish the payment. Our final step would be to go ahead and apply a payment. If we scroll down, we can see on the bottom that a credit for $20 for the Bounce Back Buck has been applied. We go ahead and fill in our credit card and finish the process of placing an order. Before we go into the admin, let's go ahead and take a look at the account details. Of course, we have order history and much more, but as we scroll to the bottom of the account information, you can see there's Spira Bounce Back Bucks. You can see order details, referral amounts, order amounts, where the points applied, balances, usage, and so forth. Everything the customer needs to know about their history of using the loyalty program. Let's go into the admin and take a look at the configuration options. I've gone to the administration in one of our development sites so I can show you how the referral and loyalty program is configured. If you look under the marketing menu, you'll see a couple of new options here: the referral program, the loyalty program configuration, and a referral report. Let's start out with the referral program configuration. At the top of the configuration page, we see some instructions. Let's quickly step through some of these details. First, we start out with a paragraph on how the program can be configured as either a loyalty program or a referral program. And if it's a referral program, how you can create URLs that assign credit to people who come in and purchase the product, but apply that credit to the referrer. Of course, the referral program is optional. You can just configure this as a loyalty program. Next, we note the fact that points, the credit, is actually stored as gift certificates in AbleCommerce. This makes it easier for us to configure payments in the checkout process and also provide some other management tools. The fifth point is essentially about managing the points. Sometimes you might want to change the number of points somebody has because, for example, they returned products or their payment didn't complete or some other issue. Or you may want to add some points on just because you want to give that person credit for some other reason. And finally, there's a paragraph that discusses the My Account page. We've seen that, so we'll move on. Let's scroll down and review the configuration options. Our first option is to choose whether the program is active or not. Pretty straightforward. We can turn that on or off. Next, the type of program that you're going to use this for. Is it a loyalty program, using it for the referral program, or both? Third, we can select the scope of the referral program. What this really is essentially is choosing whether the first time the customer places an order they can get credit, or whether it's an ongoing process. Every time that they place an order, they can continue to get credit. Our next option is if you choose to use this as a referral program only, will this apply to new customers only for their first order, or can the credit continue to accumulate with additional orders? Next, do you want purchases of gift certificates to receive points? Typically, we exclude them from the program, and the reason is that then that prevents the customer from double dipping. That is, getting credit on both the purchase and the redemption of the gift certificate. Moving on, there may be some products that you don't want customers to get points for purchasing. In this field, you can enter the product ID of those products. When the customer places an order, if any products that match this list are in their order, then they won't receive credit. Let's continue down the page and see some more configuration options. If you're using this program as a loyalty program, this is the field that you'll enter the percentage that you'll give customers for purchasing. If it's persistent, if we've made it persistent above, each order will receive this percentage in loyalty points. If it's not persistent, then this percentage will just be applied to the first order. If you're using this plugin as a referral program, this is the field that you'll enter the percentage that the referrer will receive when a referee makes a purchase. This doesn't include shipping and taxes. It only includes products and is decreased by coupons, discounts, and any product IDs that you entered in the field above. In our next field, we determine the point at which the referrer, or if it's a loyalty program, the customer actually receives the credit, the points that they've earned. Now the purpose for this is that, as we mentioned before, there may be times that customers return products, or a payment may not go through, and so forth. So we need to select a point at time in which they get that credit. There's two options. Most commonly, we go ahead and choose when the order status becomes completed. That gives you some opportunity to process the order and make sure that it's going to go through. The other option is to choose a certain number of days after the order was placed. And if we choose the point in time, then we'll come down to this next field and enter the number of days after the order was placed before they receive the credit. If you're going to use this plugin as a referral program, then you have the option of placing a dynamic link in the footer of your product detail page. The purpose of this is so that your customers can become referrers and pass out this link to their friends. We see in this example we've got this product.aspx, whatever the URL is for your product, and then it's going to have a RC equals a number. And that number is going to be the referrer ID. That referrer ID is also the same as the customer ID in AbleCommerce. If you are going to want to have this dynamic URL placed in the footer of your page, then you're going to need to be able to add the appropriate plugin code to the footer. If you're not comfortable doing this, then of course Web2Market will be glad to do that for you. Scrolling down just a little bit more, we're going to see the final piece of information, and it's an example of a dynamic piece of text that you can place in email notices. For example, your order confirmation. And if you paste this code into your email confirmation, then you'll be able to wrap it around have it wrapped around by some text that that describes your program, and it gives your customer the URL to pass on to their friends, or they can pass the email on to their friends. And then by clicking this link and following it into their site, then your customer becomes the referrer, and whoever clicks on this link becomes the referee. And if the referee makes a purchase, then the referrer gets credit. Okay, so we can, once we've chosen our options above, we can go ahead and click on Save and Finish, and it's configured. Here I've moved on to the referral report that we previously saw listed under the marketing menu. You can see the orders, order dates, order numbers, order IDs, the amount of the referral that was credited, the total amount, and we can see if it's been applied to the order. Thanks for watching this quick introduction to the Referral and Loyalty plugin. You may have some further questions, or you may want to discuss some customizations to its features. We'll be glad to discuss those. We look forward to hearing from you.